Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today we're continuing with the new jeans Min Hee-jin hype situation. I know it's old story, I know there's a video out there, but I just cannot help myself by watching more videos. I don't know, it's kind of like a K-drama that you just get sucked into it. But anyway, today I'm watching a video from Seoulite TV. Okay, so I've watched his video a few times, and I found him to be very entertaining and very clear with the way that he described things. So today I'm going to watch one of his video called New Jeans Mama Desperate to Stay at Hype. This happened, I think he posted this video after the so-called what do you call that thing, ad hoc press conference that the girls did. So I watched his earlier reaction on that particular situation. So that's off camera and I'm not going to say anything about it. I had my opinions, but I'm not going to say much. So I'm going to watch this one on camera with you all. So we'll see how it goes. Let's go.
Hey guys, so she's not giving up.
Okay, so is that the beginning?
Hey guys, so she's not giving up. Of course, we're talking about New Jeans creator Min Hee-jin, the former CEO of Adore, who's trying to get back into her CEO seat, even after disparaging Hybe and wanting to commit so many acts of betrayal, or actually having committed so many acts of betrayal against the parent company and the chairman who...
I'm going to turn on caption just in case.
fed her. Pang Shi-hyuk even loaned her the money to buy the shares in her own sub-label. She is desperate.
You know what? I'm going to turn off the closed caption because it's distracting me. Okay, sorry. If you need to, go watch the original video and turn on the CC if you want to. But, you know, that is distracting me. So
Desperate to stay in the Hybe family. But is it out of concern for her assumed role as the mother of New Jeans? Or really, she's just trying to cash out?
I think she's just trying to cash out.
So I didn't even think there would be a lot that would happen after the New Jeans members themselves went on a YouTube live for their disastrous pseudo press conference. We've gotten more information about that. We've gotten more information that really has the theme of manipulation, deception, and most importantly though, persistence. For people in this type of scenario, if you haven't been through this scenario, you may want to take this as a teaching opportunity, and people who have been in this type of situation, you're just like, my goodness, yes, definitely have been there. Even after proving your case over and over again, re-strategizing with a constantly shifting and deceptive opponent, and even feeling like you finally got people around you to recognize the truth and not see you as the perpetrator, but to really see the perpetrator, the predator, in their true colors, you still can't keep your eye off the ball, because if there is anything that is the same no matter what among these people across different cultures, backgrounds, ages, nations, is that they are persistent. They will continue to try until they cannot try.
You know, I think that the problem here is not only that they are persistent, they are so-called the netizens out there who are, excuse my, losing my voice, who are easily influenced by emotions. And I think those people, they can play the victim card very well, and they can play on people's emotion. And because there are just so many people out there, I'm not saying that I know all the facts, right? But I try to view the events with more of a or should I call it, at least for this particular situation, right, the hype and Mihichi situation, I try to view it more towards how a corporation in the real world will operate, not, the legal contractual event, the legal contractual matters, not the feelings. Oh, I should have done this, or you should have done that. You should not have done that to me. The emotional play. I try not to view from that perspective, but I know there are a lot of people out there who are easily influenced by emotions. So yeah, and those people, they can play on those emotions very well.
Anymore. And this is what we're seeing from Mini Jin, that she is trying her darndest. So, the disastrous press conference from the New Jeans members happened on September 11th. And
is there a reason they want to do it on 9/11? I don't know. I'm just being sensitive here because I live in the US, and 9/11 is a very sensitive date for the past 20 plus years. Okay, so
they were yapping, as we've covered in the last video, like they were the new jihadists, basically perpetrating some sort of narrative that was terrorizing more than just a high.
Okay, I don't know these girls. I do not follow New Jeans, and even though New Jeans were promoted as BTS younger sister group, I did not follow them. I think if you're not new to my channel, you know that cute little girl, colorful girl thing are not my cup of tea. So I never follow them.
Executives, the newly installed Adore executives, but the other artists. And what we found out is that this makeup room story that they're trying to make as like
the bully story, event, right?
Apparently that happened earlier this summer when the CEO was their mama. So why didn't they go talk to their mama? And why didn't their mama, Mini Jin, get an appropriate response? Why did they try to make it look as if it was the fault of the new CEO?
I did not know this happened. I've heard about the how one of the girls, I don't know their names, one of the girls mentioned that she was kind of bullied on the fourth floor, I think the fourth floor of their building where they normally do hair and makeup, that another group and the manager passed and they exchange pleasantries on the way in, but on the way out, for some reasons, the allegation was that the manager told the other group to ignore her. I thought this happened recently. I didn't know it happened back in the summer when Mihijin was still the CEO, because from what I recall, I did not watch the entire so-called press conference. I was watching his recap, so I knew the situation. But at that time, I was thinking that I thought it happened after the change of CEO. So at that time, I was thinking that, when you have this kind of situation, you report to the HR. Well, you put your manager first, and she did not report to the manager. I don't know who's your manager. You don't really go to the CEO directly. I don't know why she went to the CEO. But normally you go to the manager, and the manager will report to HR. Well, if you don't feel comfortable with the manager, you go to HR directly. And then you report your thing, and HR is not, or your manager or HR is not going to say, okay, we're going to take care of, we're going to reprimand those people, blah, blah, blah. No, they're going to say, they're going to acknowledge your report, and they're going to do some research and investigation, and it might take time. So I don't know exactly what happened, but from the prior video, she was saying that the new CEO pretty much kind of brush her off. But if it happened prior to that, then what did him say?
Who barely came in.
Why didn't Hee-jin say anything?
Why? It was the fault of the new CEO who barely came in. Why did they make it seem like it was an inadequate response by the new CEO when they could have had it addressed, and quite forcefully, with their mama when Mama Mini Jin was the CEO?
Yeah.
That, again, deceptive in a low-key way, which I think makes it
Yeah, see, I think they are playing people's emotion again, right? In the press conference, I don't think they mentioned the timing of the event. They just said, I think she said recently, okay? So I don't know when did that happen in summer. Let's just say July. 2 months ago is not recently, or maybe happened in June. I don't know when did it happen, but definitely not recently. Okay, so and the way that they portray the information is just kind of like I don't know. They're just again playing on people's emotion. They are playing the victim card.
stink even more. The other thing you guys want to know about the whole Jungkook situation. Yes, Jungkook of BTS.
I heard about this.
Posted on his dog's Instagram account. So if you guys aren't totally into the whole K-pop thing, yeah, that is, if you're wondering, what? Yeah, so you kind of, when you can't really be that bold directly, then you might use your dog's account. Just, Okay, so he posted two. One of them, the first one, said, "Artists are not guilty." And it had 5 hearts with different colors that look like the hearts that the New Jeans girls usually use to represent them. And it looked like he was referring to New Jeans. And people were interpreting this in a negative way.
Really?
Or the New Jeans fans took it upon themselves to spread out a message worldwide that Jungkook was dissing Hybe and Big Hit and Adore and favoring New Jeans and Mini Jin.
I think I've seen this, in the social media that Jungkook is in agreement with New Jeans, or Jungkook is going against Hybe. So all those kind of very controversial statements. So
So the bunnies, the New Jeans fans, were essentially trying to say that Jungkook was supporting Mini Jin, which was the opposite of what he was trying to say.
I think he was only supporting the artist.
In his second post, several hours later, Jungkook said, "Don't use them." So obviously, this was a dig at Mini Jin for sacrificing and using the New Jeans girls for her own advantage in this fight. Although doesn't look like she has really a strong leg to stand on, but it's a persistent leg. And Big Hit confirmed that Jungkook did make these posts, and they said he thought that under no circumstances should young artists be dragged into conflicts or used as a shield. Do not use the New Jeans girls as a shield. Mini Jin. But he didn't say Mini Jin. Big Hit did not say Mini Jin. Nobody mentioned Mini Jin. But that's essentially the message. So that is the concerning part, because we were taking the response that we got after the press conference and trying to piece it together. The response of Mini Jin, I should say, after the disastrous YouTube live press conference by the New Jeans members. How does this play into her overall strategy? And I think Jungkook's post really did confirm in people's minds that Mini Jin is willing to throw her own girls under the bus.
We already know
and
that.
Most likely
Mini Jin is in there for herself.
So there was an article and some press reports, particularly KBS, and we already know that KBS is a super friendly news outlet. I don't know what kind of line she has up there. In Korea, they usually call it a line. 그 라인이 어디인지. Basically, her connections to networks
it sounds kind of funny.
allow her to get favorable media treatment by one of the mainstream press. It's not very surprising for her to have those kind of avenues because it looks like she's paying for it or she's under some sort of agreement. She's definitely hired
Anything can
a
be
very
paid for,
top-notch marketing agency that's not being like they're not hiding the fact that they're working on behalf of her.
Actually, I did not know that there is a marketing agency to help her. I think it's the image damage control. I don't know, whatever.
recently got an update, a press announcement where they say we are this marketing agency working on behalf of Minijin and her law firm. So we already know that her law firm introduced her to this marketing agency. So it's sort of like a package deal.
She needs to
So
repackage
this marketing
herself.
firm most likely is the one that has the good relations to KBS, but she might also have good relationships with
she's been in
KBS.
the
But
industry for a
nonetheless,
while.
there was a really big kind of splash that I think she tried to make to distance herself from the press conference to say that I did not want the girls to do this. And I think what she was trying to do with that media play was to tell people and to tamp down on any accusations that she prompted the New Jeans girls to do this press conference. Remember, there was tons of people saying like, this looks so scripted.
Yeah.
It looks like Minnie Jin had her hands behind all of this. And it looks like she was feeding everybody the lines of what to say. And I
They all have their talking points, right? So
think the article was supposed to quash that kind of argument, saying like, I advised against them doing the press conference. Well, those stories apparently mysteriously got taken down, and usually that doesn't happen. They're deleting the stories, and the reason being,
is it common to delete news stories? I don't know. I guess I thought that everything, once you published, it's there forever. You might remove it, but it's archived somewhere. I think someone can always dig it out, right?
that people are thinking is that, wow, her lie, like if you don't believe that she was not behind it all, that lie that she was trying to get out there in the press actually caused her to have a bigger problem, because the bigger problem is that she's admitting that she knew that the girls were about to launch this bomb on the world, like the new jihadists, and
9/11.
she didn't report it. She didn't take action on it, which basically means she hurt a door. So finally, we have an action that could be very specifically tied to her creating damages against her own company.
Maybe her attorney or the marketing firm need to be fired because they did not advise her properly not to come out and say that she was not involved, or she advised against it.
And perhaps that's further reason for, contract violations or whatnot. But then she also said that the big reason why she didn't want to support the New Jeans girls doing this press conference is that it could jeopardize the contracts of the New Jeans girls. So if that was the case, then she basically just sacrificed the New Jeans girls' well-being and their contracts.
Yeah, so if you knew that by doing the press conference gonna damage or impact your contract, but you did not stop them, interesting. Wait a second. I need to blow my nose. Okay, I'm back.
To really hone in or solidify a point that I didn't want them to do that. I had nothing to do with this press conference. I advised against it. I did not want them to do it because it would harm potentially void their contracts. And
You're
then
your
she's
mama.
saying like,
You should tell them not to do it.
The articles go down because it looks like she didn't take her responsibility to protect a door. So if she knew, then she should have really have been able to stop it, especially if she's their mom, and
Yeah.
oh, the buck stops with her only. You don't want to
Yeah.
drink the Kool-Aid that she's making, girls, so keep yourself safe. Oh, and did you know that that's like a dog whistle that the bunnies say a lot to threaten you, saying like,
Oh,
keep
really?
yourself safe, KYS, keep yourself safe. Basically, that's a dog whistle to attack and to threaten and to try to cause harm on somebody.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I know there is a Chinese saying 好自为之 that is close to that keep yourself safe, just might be careful of what you do, something like that, But I don't understand. New jeans are young. I assume their fans are young girls or young people, and they're already this vicious. So the thing's like, if the idol themselves are not righteous, should I say that? It influenced their fan base. I know there are a lot of toxic fans even in the BTS fandom, but I think the fan reflects the artist and artist reflects the fans. I think it's a mutual two-way street. So if the fans are, I don't know how, it's the majority of fans, because like I say, there are toxic fans in BTS fandom army too. But that's a minority. So I don't know what's the percentage of the so-called bunnies are this vicious. I hope not. They're young people, right?
But honey, bunny foo hopping through the forest, you can be tracked down, so keep yourself safe. Okay, so why is Minijin so desperate to stay in
Money.
Adore and Hybe?
Money.
Of course, it's because of money. Because she does
yes.
not want her shareholder agreement canceled, because her shareholder agreement is essentially the linchpin. It is the contract for her to cash out
A lot of
for
money.
about $100 million,
Wow.
if not more or less. And that is all outlined and guaranteed in the shareholder agreement, which Hybe said earlier in the summer, that, no, it's void. We found a way out of it. And as we mentioned in the previous videos, it's essentially because they were able to find a way to remove her from the CEO position. And if she's not in the CEO position, then there's no stock options. But I thought, people are like, I thought that Hybe was forced to keep her in the CEO position because of the injunction that she won in May. And yes, that
It's
is
so
true
complicated.
in the sense that through a shareholder meeting, they were not able to fire her as CEO because her shareholder agreement says that Hybe has to back me no matter what in a shareholder meeting. But Hybe cleverly found a loophole where the board of directors of Adore are able to remove her as a board member and as CEO. The board can decide because the board of directors is assigned.
The boards are actually the true management of the company, right? So they are able to decide the situations or condition of the C-suite, the chiefs, right? The CEOs and all the stuff, the C-suite, their stay, whether they stay or they go, can be determined by the board of directors.
Is basically given the power by the shareholders to act. And if there are things that are not going well to protect the company, then they are there to have even more power than the CEO. They hire the CEO. They have more power than the CEO to stop or to approve, or they are the ones
Or terminate.
where the buck stops really with the board of directors. So Hybe said that they already went through the process, they already checked with their lawyers, and they even filed a lawsuit that's pending in the court that just needs to confirm
Get it
their
legalized.
decision. Well, Minijin is not going down without a fight. She is trying. So what she did is that she filed for another injunction I guess she just thinks that the injunction junction is just her cup of tea, that it's going to work. And so she wants an injunction, and she wants to have a meeting of the shareholders to reappoint her as a member of the board of the directors and also to be the CEO. So this is the thing. I don't think that it's going to work out because they've already checked with all the lawyers, but I think what she wants to do is force an uncomfortable physical situation where she has a shareholder meeting. This is how I think it could work in
Yeah,
her favor.
because in the shareholder, if I heard him correctly, he mentioned that in a shareholders meeting, I need to back her. So if she's in a shareholder meeting, she will be forcing Hype to back her so she can be reinstated as part of the board of director and as a CEO. Right? I think that's what she's trying to do.
She has a shareholder meeting, and whatever is recorded in the minutes of the meeting, she can manipulate to her advantage. She even might be able to force them into a corner where at a shareholder meeting, Hybe is supposed to support her
Yeah, that's
according
what I
to
thought.
whatever contract that they had. But Hybe said that contract's already null and void. It's gone. It's done.
Yeah,
And
true.
so I don't think that they're actually going to be able to have a shareholder meeting in time. It all depends on how fast and how many connections that this law firm has, because usually the law firm would probably not, or a person would not be able to get in front of a judge so
That quickly,
quickly,
yeah.
but she might be able to with her fancy lawyers. But in any event, her board of directors seat. So to be a CEO, you have to have a seat on the board of directors first. Hybe said, you ain't on the board anymore. Or they
Yeah.
kind of just said like, you're not on the board anymore, but we know that your board membership expires in November. So you
Oh,
want
it's
to
coming up.
you want to contest it, trying to contest it in court. You have
2
you
months.
have only a few weeks left
Yeah.
anyway. And so they're definitely not going to renew her board seat, but she's trying to get through in a way where she feels like she has an advantage at a shareholders meeting versus a board of directors meeting.
It's kind of interesting. I don't know, if Hype time all this, right? If I recall correctly, she was removed as CEO not too long ago, right? So Hype wait until the last minute, giving her only a few weeks, actually about a couple months, right, to find her way back in, but she might not have enough time. So, hey, smart.
And so I think she can, if she does get an injunction where the board has to meet, then
Or the shareholder has to
perhaps
meet.
she can create a situation where she forces something where, or at least brings up the topic, hey guys, aren't you supposed to be, hey guys, as in Hybe, 80% of the board, aren't you supposed to support me as detailed into my contract, and be able to spin whatever comes out of that meeting, just spin it to her advantage. However, we already do know that Minijin herself has delayed and pushed off the meetings of a shareholder meeting when Hybe wanted to
shareholders
meet. So why don't Hybe just do the same thing? Even if there's an emergency injunction that comes in from the court, Hybe could be too busy too. It could be like, I'm sorry, my hair.
Hybe is a global
that
company. We have no
fourth
time for
floor
you.
hair and makeup studio is causing a lot of drama. We got to take
Yes.
care of that.
Where a lot of
I gotta go dry
bullying
my hair
happening.
because the hair dryers are all out. And so they can just basically say like, hey,
Screw you.
yeah, we'll meet in December. Then by then it's too late
Let's
because
meet
then
in
she's
next
off the
year.
board. And most likely by then, there'll also be a court ruling in Hybe's favor that just reaffirms what they just did, with the main caveat being the shareholder agreement is canceled.
nullified.
Her CEO position is canceled. And definitely her board seat is canceled.
gone.
And so Minnie Jin did make a big old announcement about all of this through her marketing agency. And Hybe responded with the most intellectually delicious shade. They said, the shareholder agreement between Hybe and former CEO Minnie Jin has already been terminated. Once the agreement is terminated, its legal effect is void. So you can't get it back. They tore it up. You can't get it back. A lawsuit has been filed to confirm the termination of the shareholder agreement, and we are awaiting the court's decision. So they did the action. They checked with their lawyers. It's all legal, but they just even want now the stamp of approval. Like they went themselves to court and said, like, look, almost as if they're kind of suing themselves, like, hey, we want to make sure that this is correct. Then Hybe also said the decision to dismiss Minnie Jin as CEO was made independently by Adore's board of directors as part of a business management decision. It is unrelated to Hybe or the shareholder agreement. Ooh, now this is getting a little bit saucy because now they're making a bit of a Charlotte's Web for her to jump between, because now Minnie Jin, it doesn't know sort of where her target is. Is it the board of directors or is it Hybe? And so this is very interesting how Hybe kind of split this unified action against her, but kind of split where she can kind of target. So dismissing her as CEO was made by the Adore board of directors, but the shareholder agreement that was canceled was with Hybe. So Hybe is saying like, okay, your shareholder agreement is null and void, but we had nothing to do with the decision to fire you. That was done by the Adore board of directors.
That's smart because Adore fired her, and by firing her, that lead to the cancellation of the shareholders agreement. So it was not canceled by Hybe. It was canceled because of the action of Adore's board of directors. Oh, smart.
Now, the reason why that's also tricky, and obviously we know this is Hybe, you know, hey, all gloves are off. We're playing chess because you shot us in the back. We're going to play chess with you.
If you don't want to play nice
because
with
the
me,
board of directors of Adore is essentially Hybe as well. So Hybe said like, okay, the board of directors fired you and we have nothing to do with it. But then when you open the door to the board of directors meeting
Hybe
of Adore, who's sitting there, it's like the Hybe people. So it is Hybe that did fire her.
But legally,
but officially and legally, it's the Adore board of directors, because she did the same thing. Officially and legally, she only betrayed Hybe. Therefore, she's allowed to maintain her CEO seat.
That was her stance.
You know, back in May, when she won the injunction, and then so people were just like, dang, what kind of legal loophole did Minnie Jin just pull like that? So I'm just pretty much doing the same thing, but
they
better.
can play the same game.
And then Hybe had to put in the dig. And they said, we regret that Minnie Jin, who has long emphasized the importance of Adore's independent management as a separate entity, is not respecting Adore's board of directors' decision. So essentially, Minnie Jin had always justified her actions by saying like, the board, my board, when she controlled her board. My board is deciding all of this, and that's why it has to be. We're independent. And then now Hybe is saying, well,
you're independent.
Now that Hybe controls Adore's board, it's like, well, Minnie Jin, you've always said we got to respect the board's decision. And that we shouldn't
interfere, right?
Hybe interfere so much with Adore. And if Adore wants to do this and fire you, then we're respecting Adore's independent management.
Yes. Oh
that
my goodness.
Is samurai level chess. So that basically
that was
means
good.
that She really doesn't have much to stand on. It doesn't look like she's going to be able to pull through. And why though? Beyond the pathological reasons why people like this are persistent to the end, I think she's actually in an extremely high anxiety situation, a bit of desperation, and not because of her concern over the future of the
No,
New
it's
Jeans
about
girls'
her.
careers. Get it through your mind, bunnies, and and the five hearts. She don't care about you, but she cares about her own
Yeah.
self. Because I think what happened is that she has roped in a bunch of people to help her with the promise of a future payout. Obviously, she couldn't even come up with $2 million to buy in to get her 18% of Adore. Yeah, so she would buy in for $2 million, which she borrowed from Pang Shi-hyuk, and then she would sell the
She said she borrowed money from Pang Seo to buy her company, and B Hit built her company, and B Hit let her take the trainees from the Source Music. That's my understanding. And she turned around and then she built this team, and she used BTS to promote the girls. And they have the balls to say, "Oh yeah, look at how they have achieved in such a short period of time. When BTS should take so many years, blah 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 blah," and turn around to slap out and turn around to stab them in the back.
same amount of shares later on, or a majority of it, for about $100 million.
Did she pay back Did she pay back Bang Si-hyuk of the $2 million? Did she? Was she still owe the money? Sorry.
Majority of it for about $100 million. Yeah. So she does have a very, while things were going her way, she had a very reputable calling card to play, in her secret little meetings of machinations. I have these stock options that are gonna cash out.
She
and
has
we're gonna
that.
make it cash out even more if you come in and be part of my malicious web. And I'm sure she roped in a lot of people like that, because obviously we have documented at least one person she roped in, and she kind of promised about $2 to $3 million to one of her main deputies who betrayed Hybe, because they're actually a
got
Hybe
fired,
employee
right?
first. And so we can see that she might have a lot of liability right now, which basically means the mob might be after her. We did all of this stuff for you. Where's our
nothing.
payout? When is our payout coming? Because it looks like you're out. You are not going to be able to fulfill any of your obligations. So that's why I think she is throwing as many last punches, last gasps as she can, because as much as she might be somebody that we don't see in a very positive light, and yes, you should be very concerned and scared if you ever run into her or people like her, but the people that she has roped in might even be worse. Not all of them, because they usually also get people that they can easily control, but they got to get some people who probably are
Powerful,
even
right?
bigger fish than them, and she might be on the hook and be in a very stress induced
yeah.
state, because she can't fulfill her promises if she doesn't have her stock option payout. That ain't ever gonna come. So I think she should, instead of trying to fighting for an injunction, well, she needs to find a slow boat to somewhere and stay on it till the heat comes off. She needs to go where her shaman is. We still don't even know where her shaman is.
We don't know
She
where
went
he is.
poof.
Or is it he or she? I don't know.
So are Korean people supporting her? I don't think so. A lot of people saying oh, what about all these comments? No. You notice how the comments really aren't in the international or English language comment section because she hires the Korean marketing company, and it's much easier for her to just comment away. So it may look like the K netizens are a lot more active and in her corner, but she just basically is hiring domestic help. And we already saw from that botched Dior bot campaign where, remember, it was either Hayin or Hidden. One of them was the Dior model. And then their own bots to try to fake supporting mixed up the New Jeans members in English. That's so shoddy. And so after that, they're probably just like, okay, let's just stick to domestic.
Okay.
So that's probably why. And it probably looks like there's more support in Korea than there really is because the online bots
So those are fake comments, I guess.
are paid or easily you can proofread and spell check a little bit better in Korean if you've hired a Korean firm to do all of this stuff for you. All right, guys, what do you think?
Okay.
Did you see all of these
No, I did
desperate
not.
attempts
Thank
by
you very
Mini Jin
much.
to try to stay in the Hive family even after she tried to backstab all of them? That's a very strange family gathering.
Yes.
All right, guys. Well, put your comments below. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.
Wow, that was quite an interesting and long video. With me pausing here, there is even longer. So, yeah, this is one thing I really like to watch other people's, this commentary is that I don't have time to dig through all the different social medias or different articles to find, and a lot of time those articles are in Korean anyway. So I'm very happy that Seoulite TV, I don't know his name, but I'm very grateful that he was able to consolidate all information and put some commentary in there. Now, at the end of his comment regarding that, how Mihijin might be desperate because of whatever assumed condition situation. I'm not gonna go into that detail because we don't know. Those are just a speculation. So we can always speculate on what's going on, right? And we watch too many K-drama or just, drama or movie in general that we see the situation of if you engage some bad people and you don't fulfill your promises, you get your payback in a very bad way. So those are in the movie world, right? In the drama world. So we don't know whether that's a situation we're not here. But one thing for sure is that put that all aside, just talk about money, right? She was supposedly be able to get hundreds of millions of dollars. She's not getting right now because she got fired as a CEO. With that firing, she also lost the shareholder agreement is also nullified. So there goes the money. That can be a troublesome situation because now her name is bad, right, in the industry. I don't know if anybody is willing to hire her. Maybe SM will take her back. Maybe that's a whole thing is a scam from SM. I don't know. Again, speculation here. I don't know what's going on. But assuming that it's not a sabotage effort by SM, assuming that she's able to, close all this and she's able to take the girls with her, New Jean girls, and develop her own firm. Okay, first of all, she might not have the funding. Second, if she doesn't have the funding, and how is she going to build her team, right? Is going to be any other agency or companies willing to take her on? I would doubt that because look what happened. Hype did everything for her. Hype gave her money, gave her prestige, gave her everything she wanted, and she turned around, stabbed them in the back. So I don't know if there's any other companies willing to do that. I don't know, but maybe she has a good talent in manipulating people. So she might be able to get herself into another corporation. I don't know, but with whatever that is, it was great to understand the whole situation. And I really enjoy his video because it's very clear in articulating what's going on. And I really like that. So let me know what you think about the whole situation. And like, I don't know, I don't really say that, but everybody does, so I'm gonna say it. Subscribe, like, and share, something like that. And ring the notification bell, whatever it is. You know what to do. So until next time, have a wonderful day. Bye.